So excited. I know I say that all the time, but I'm really an excited person, I guess. I am here today with Michelle Bailey, and very soon, hopefully, Hazel Walker will be joining us. But we're going to be chit chatting and just talking about the gala, talking a little bit about their business and why it's important for them to support the gala. So, if you don't know, today and tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing on a couple of sponsors for the gala just to kind of, talk a little bit about why it was important for them to sponsor the gala and what people can expect. And let me tell you, there's a lot of amazing things planned out. So if you don't have your tickets yet for the gala on March 15 this year, run, do not walk. Go get the tickets right now. The links are in the comments wherever you're watching us on, either on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of the places. So without much ado, hi Michelle, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Oh,
And thank you so much for having me this evening.
girl,
Thank you so much.
I am so happy for you to come on because I feel like people need to hear from you. And I know tomorrow we're going to have Dory. She is the executive director of Pink Ribbon Connection on, so we can hear more about the impact all the work that we're doing to put this gala together is going to have, right? But I want us to just have a conversation so that people can hear directly from you. But before we get started, for those that don't know who you are, which I find it hard to believe, but because you're the well-being queen. So tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Hello, everyone. I'm Michelle Bailey. And yes, I am the well-being queen.
Yes.
Functional well-being is the name of my business, and it's all about the whole you becoming the
Mm,
well you in
amen.
many different ways.
That's
I
right.
particularly look at health and I look at the four keys of health, that being functional movement, functional nutrition, mindset building, and community well being, working together as a community with like minded people, doing the best that you can to stay healthy and live better. So,
I love
ladies, if you're in that perimenopause phase of life, which I know I am, the late 30s, 40s, 50s, I specialize in looking at holistic health to help us increase that ability to have enhanced well being all around.
I
So
love
that's
that.
what I do. Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
And I have to say that we have an article, you've written an article that's going to be in the magazine this year about how to, all the things. Because look, when I didn't know anything about perimenopause, right? I know about menopause. You feel like you get to that certain age, but it actually takes a while before you get there. And there's a lot of changes happening in your body.
Yes.
So when I was like putting together the magazine and reading the article, I was like, oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That's why, So look, if you don't have all this, if you need more of this information,
Yeah.
make sure you're at the gala because everyone at the gala gets a copy of the magazine. So you will get access
Yes.
to this incredible article that Michelle has written. But even before that, if you have questions,
Mhm.
I know Michelle, I'm sure you're,
Yeah.
okay with
I'll
people,
help you.
reaching out to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So,
So go ahead.
well, I was gonna add, ladies, if you're listening, guys, you too, because the other day I spoke to a guy and we were chit-chatting, and then I mentioned perimenopause, and he's like, yes, I was not ready for that.
That's
It's like,
funny.
yeah, my
Okay.
wife changed on me. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, yes, and I think she wasn't ready either. But really
Mm,
understanding that this is just a part of the life cycle.
yeah.
Menopause is the life cycle. It
Mm,
starts off with just you seeing your menstruals. If you never heard that word before, then look it up. But it really just starts with as a teenager, puberty, that has its
Mhm.
own changes of its own, right? And we
Mhm.
how some people it's really emotional, some people it's easygoing, and then for some they might have medical issues popping up and they don't know why. And it could be genetics, it could be what you eat in, it could be inflammation. Things can affect it, but
Mm.
that is just one part of the life cycle. We have different parts. And perimenopause is a large part of it. As I said, from 30s, some people seen it even younger. There are research showing that people are seeing it even younger. And most of the times they're relating it to what you eat.
Mm. That's good. So I
So,
want to, yeah, I want to touch back on. I'm just as you were speaking, I was remembering, back in the day, way back when, as a young girl, kind of starting my period, it was like, all of that. And, we got through that cycle, you get help, from your parents, they walk you through how to take care of yourself and things like that. But as you grow older, I find that sometimes we don't have these conversations anymore. You know what
correct.
I mean? And I think that's where you come in, because what do you ask? How do you even ask?
Right.
How do you even know that something is wrong? Like you just feel different, and I
Yes.
think, yeah, that's a conversation we need to have more openly and just be okay with having.
Right. Yes, and I would add to that, sometimes we have situations where in that puberty or pre-menopause stage, a lot of young girls might see their menstrual early or see it late if they're athlete,
Mm,
or they might have endometriosis. Like for me, I recognize that I had a problem, and
mm,
by age 16, I was like, there is a problem. I know this is not normal. Even though
mm,
the doctors threw birth control to me, I'm like, this is not working because it's a problem. Lo and
right.
behold, when I was about 21, then I was diagnosed with endometriosis. But
Oh,
some people wouldn't
wow.
go that far. They wouldn't dig into it to find out what's going on. And if
Yeah.
you don't do that, then you're left with so many things could be happening with you,
Mm,
from endometriosis to POS, or some people not seeing their menstruals often. And then all of a sudden, when you're reaching your 30s or your 40s, you're like, why am I having hot flashes? I'm
mm,
already in perimenopause? Yes, you are, because it was brought upon by previous years of issues that you didn't even know you had.
mm.
So,
That's
so again, it's learning the history of what's going on with you, and then being able to understand, okay, at this stage of my life, because I've had these issues before, it is going to affect this particular stage. So for
mm.
some, whether it's being anemic, whether really bad hot flashes or cold flashes, for me it's cold flashes, because
Oh, wow.
I don't feel hot anytime.
Oh,
Being in
wow.
Indiana, it never happens. It takes me about 20 minutes to just see a glistening on my forehead working out.
Wow.
Okay. So, everybody's different, and
Yes.
just learning what's your history, how it relates to you, and genetics play a huge role too, because then
Mm,
I was digging since I was like about 12, 13, trying to find out, okay, so who else in my family had this problem, and they didn't even know it. They didn't call it endometriosis, they didn't know what it was, and
mm,
who, how far back this has been going on. And
mm,
okay, my aunts or family having this issue, did you all know about this? What is it going on? And even now, bypassing perimenopause, when you're in menopause, there are certain things happening that may not be, you would think it's not related to your hormones, but it is. So some people
yeah.
getting rheumatoid arthritis, diabetics, hypertension, um, aneurysms, all these things can
Wow.
be because of what was going on years before that you didn't know was an issue, but
Wow.
now it's showing up as symptoms of problems occurring, and you're like, where did this come from?
You know what,
And then,
Michelle?
yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I think
No, go
that
ahead.
No, I love all the things that you're talking about because I know that the medical um, industry, I would say,
Mhm.
like here, we often just slap a medication on it to treat the symptoms, right? We don't dig deep to figure out why and try to solve the underlying problem.
Right.
So I like it when you were talking about, the history so that you can have
Mhm.
a better understanding of what really is going
Yes.
on. And when you treat that, then
Yes.
we don't have to take medication to treat something and then you have a side effect
Right.
or, and all of that. But I
Right.
want to I want to mention something real quickly for people that don't know. I know you are right now in the gym and you had to like take
Yes.
a break
Yes.
really quickly from your clients. So thank you for all your
No
clients that
problem.
let us do this. I really appreciate this. And so speaking of that, you are also a fitness trainer and you work out of a gym, right?
Yes, I am a personal trainer. I've been certified since 2007, and I've been doing my recertification with ACSM. That's the American College of Sport Medicine. And through the recertification, that's where I learned more about
Mm,
how physical activity can help you sustain a better lifestyle based on anything that's going on with you. So we are talking about pink ribbon. We're talking about people with cancer. Believe you me, if you keep movement in, it helps with your recovery of
mm,
cancer. It helps with you rebuilding your body to
right,
sustain anything else that may be happening at the same time. But not
right.
only am I into physical fitness and physical education, I've also aligned myself to learn more about functional nutrition. And
Mm,
that's what has been in the last 2 years. It really was an eye opener for me to understand how nutrition plays an integral role in helping healing the body for your body to be able to be better to handle
yeah.
situations. So it's not a one man thing. It's not only physical activities, not only nutrition, but then we have to talk about the mindset. If you
Mm,
think of exercise as the devil, because some people don't like exercising, I understand. It have some people who come here and they're like, Michelle, I would not be here if you were not telling me what to do. I have a few
mm,
clients like that, and they with me over 5 years now. And
wow.
because they were like, I am not going to come in here to figure out what to do. You tell me what to
Mm,
do, even though they know what to do, they're not going
right.
to do it. It's a
We all
mindset.
need some kind of motivation. Yes.
Yes. And internally they know that it's needed, it is necessary. So that alone is their level of motivation, but they need that little push. So
Yes.
that's where I come into play. They will still say, well, okay, Michelle, you push me to do a little bit more. And I
Mm-hmm.
have two clients that I just left completing their training session, and they were showing me um, some before and after pictures. It's a mom and daughter, and they both have been training. They come back to me. They were training with me before, they lose the weight, and they were like, oh, I'm good. So they left the gym, and years passed, and they came back last year, September, and they're like, Michelle, we really need to push. I'm like, okay. And last week we checked their in-body test, and they both lost total together 51 pounds.
Wow.
And they were
That is,
showing me some pictures, some before and
mm-hmm.
after. And they didn't, I was telling them their bodies are changing. You all not seeing it, but I'm seeing it. And then when they
Right.
look at the before and after, they were
That's
like
when you see.
so surprised. And I'm like,
Right.
that's because you've been consistent. You're looking at
Mhm.
what you're eating. We still have days where you have a cheat meal, and that is okay. But it's
Right.
it's a mindset, being consistent and being around people who want to do it. That is
Right. That's
how you change it. That's how you
I love
change your body.
that's
So I
great.
like to encourage ladies to understand no matter what medical issue you might be having, find out what is the root cause and then work from there. Look
Mm.
into things to eat, getting physical movement, going around other people that um, probably in your same situation, and work along with them. Get a training buddy, for instance, or
Mm.
you get a coach, but learn about yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself,
Right, right. So true.
right?
So yes, I want to talk a little bit about the gala and the and pink ribbon connection because this is all connected. So
Correct.
I'm really happy about how this conversation is going. But before I go there, if you're watching, if you want to learn more about the gala, please check out the links below. You can get your tickets out there. Also, you will be able to get connected to Michelle and all of our other sponsors in case you want to take advantage of some of the offers that they have. And then also learn about pink ribbon, which is so near and dear to my heart. There's a lot of survivors out there. People are going through so much. And like I was saying earlier on, we had, I'm just finishing out the gala, I mean, the magazine. And
Magazine.
there's stories upon stories upon stories of survivors in there. And I cannot wait for people to read and be encouraged and be
Yes.
inspired and maybe even just go give a hug to these ladies because it's a
Yes.
tough journey. It's a
Yes.
tough journey. So Michelle, tell us, why did you choose to support this cause?
Well, first to begin, when we think about someone hurting,
Mm,
it's important to be there for them.
yes.
And you could be there for an individual in many different ways: a listening
Mhm.
ear, a hug, just saying hi, and you don't even know that person, but just saying hi. And just like you, I do podcasts as well. And I've
Yes.
met persons who have the issue of having cancer, whether it was breast cancer, different types of cancers. And just
Mm.
listening to their stories is
Oh,
what has propelled me to want to be a part of this. I have one
okay.
particular lady that I did a podcast with in October,
Hmm.
and oh, she's dear to my heart. Just knowing what she went through
Hmm.
and the ability for her to change from the individual who was sick, losing her hair, going through chemo, to the person now that has been in the what it's they do dragon boat. She's in a dragon boat club,
Okay.
and for somebody who don't swim, or she
Mm.
is such a wonderful example of being determined and resilient in coming out of things. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that she's not living on medication and different things. However, she's living her life. That is the
Yes.
example that I would love for everybody to see. These
Yes.
ladies, or even men, you may come out of cancer, but it is still a part of you. You
Mm.
now have to show how you can be resilient against this, to be powerful against this, so that you can be an example to others who might
Yeah.
be having that problem as well.
Yeah.
So it's really more of a internal
Hmm.
gratification for me to be a part of something like this, to share whatever gifts I have to help these ladies
Oh,
or
thank
men.
you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know I appreciate that. I know Dory appreciates it, and all the ladies that they're able to serve. I was talking to Dory. We had a podcast that came out, I
Yes.
think it was last week, and
Mhm.
she was listing and counting some of the stories of women that they support. One of the things that she said that was really impactful for me to hear was how, some women, how we always like to have it together. Imagine a woman
Mhm.
having kids and trying to make dinner and things for our kids. But she's so tired, she's so weak from all the chemo and things like that. And she would just manage to walk into their office and just let go, and just let it
Right.
out, and just them being able to wrap their hands around,
Mhm.
these ladies is sometimes just what they need at that very
Right.
moment, just knowing
Yes.
that they are not alone. And so one of the things that we definitely are going to be doing at the gala, and I'm really appealing for people to kind of see, is that, we're going to be celebrating survivors. So if you know anyone that is, going through cancer or survived it, please invite them to this gala. We just want to give them a hug. Sometimes that's all they need, or just like you said, a
Yes.
listening ear, or just touch, or you know what I mean. And so I
Mhm.
love that. One of the other things that I love that Pink Ribbon does is like they connects this women and men, with the breast that have breast cancer to
Mhm.
counselors around the states, so that they can have someone that has gone through it, that has been trained to just be there for them.
Yes.
And that is for me just so, oh my God. I'm like, so what we're looking for is not just, you being present, which we would love, love, love. We're also trying to raise money to help provide the support. She also mentioned to me, like, she was like, well, they pass and they have each lady, they give them at least 3 mastectomy bras, and those
Mhm.
cost about $75 to $100 each. And she will pass out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of that this year. So, and those things are expensive, obviously, right? And then I think with the
Yes.
pandemic, it made it even harder to get. So, if you have any connections to people that is able to manufacture that or donate, please let
Mm.
us know, because that would
Right.
really, really help. But I
Yeah.
am just so, just really hopeful, and that we would just be able to come together and just celebrate the women, and just all men,
Yeah.
survivors of breast cancer, and just love on them and let them know that they are not alone, because it takes a
Yes.
village.
Right. There is life after the surgery, and we
Yes.
have to encourage the life.
Yes.
Life is it's not, we don't want them falling back into depression or feeling like they do something wrong. It's not that. It's more so
Mm,
coming together and celebrating them and knowing that, hey, you still have life. You're still part of this. Come on, let's keep going, and
yeah.
be there for these ladies.
I love
Yes.
I love that you said that, because one of the articles or the stories in the magazine, and I'm giving away a lot, but it's okay because I really want people to get a sense of what we're doing here. She said that, how people say you only live once? She said she's flipping the script. You only die once. So
That's
she's
right.
gonna leave. Oh my God. That was like,
Yeah.
oh,
I love
I
that.
jumped for joy when I read that. I was like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, so
That's
oh
so
my
good.
God, that's yeah. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
really excited. I know that
Yeah.
Hazel wasn't able to join us today, but Hazel is a franchise owner for BNI here in Indiana as well as British Columbia, and she's donated two free membership tickets, and each ticket for to BNI members, new BNI members, for a whole year. And those those membership typically cost about anywhere between $7.99 to about, depending on and plus application fees and things like that. But she's
Mm.
donating it, and so we are so excited that we're able to give away those tickets at the gala,
Yes.
because yes, we are supporting, you know, breast cancer survivors. We're also celebrating people that are business owners, women. That's what I love, love, love supporting each other. Like you said
Yeah.
earlier, the community, right? So we're also going to be able
Yes.
to give away these tickets to be able to help someone's business. I'll tell you, BNI has really blessed my business personally. So just so excited to be able to give two people, that opportunity so they can see how
Wonderful.
BNI can help their businesses. So
Yeah.
yeah,
This is good because at the end of the day, when you think of it, it is a community
yeah,
and learning from the community in different ways so that you would be able to not only learn about cancer survivors, but know how you live after this.
yes,
Most people who have survived this may be a part of a nonprofit organization. They may have their own business. They may
mhm,
be dealing with family and friends that might also have cancer. So you need that support all around. And I think it's
Mhm.
so important to have something like this. I remember the first time you described the gala to me in our first podcast, I was like, this is amazing. I definitely need to be a part of this because it is something where celebration always, well, you're from Africa, I'm
Nigeria.
from the
Yeah, I'm
Caribbean.
Nigerian.
We like to
Mhm.
celebrate.
God, we do.
Right? So
We
celebration
do.
is just something that we love to do. But what it
Yes,
does is emotionally, it just changes the atmosphere internally as well as externally. It really
absolutely.
does help the mindset to change it
Yes.
to be more one of a positive one rather than
Mhm.
something negative. So it's always great to celebrate and honor people, and I am very happy to be a part of this, and I'm so happy that you're getting to put it off now in March and see so many people come and be honored and supporting this gala. I think it's going to be really a lot of fun. So if you haven't bought your ticket yet, people, you need to come on by. Come
Look,
on
you
by.
better run. You better run. The other thing I wanted to mention before we close this out is we are still in need of auction item, silent auction items, as well as volunteers. So if you are a business owner and you are in the capacity, you have the capacity to donate. I mean, we have so many items already. Just a few
Mhm.
days ago, um, we got 3 unlimited crew car wash, passes.
Oh,
I
that is
know, I
wonderful.
know. Yes,
Yeah.
Wendy know of Dove Recovery House. She's donating that, and I was like, oh my god. Which Wendy also
Yeah.
has, she has her own experience with breast cancer. So I
Mhm.
mean, like, I'm like, oh my god, and she's volunteering with a board of another
Mhm.
organization. So people are really being a part of this, trying to make this our lives better, right?
Yes.
And then we also
Yes.
got like we have um gift baskets, we have a
Mhm.
painting, we have so many different items, but we need more
Wonderful.
so that people
Yes.
get an opportunity to, do silent auctions and also
Yes.
help us raise even more money for pink ribbon as well as volunteers too. We still need a lot of volunteers. For volunteers, your tickets is going to be free. It's on the house. We just need you to help provide, give us some of your time, so
Hospitality.
please reach
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Yes, reach out if if you are if you are in the position to volunteer. We would really love to have you on to help us make the event a successful one.
Yes.
So, Michelle, before we round up, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I would love to say this. There is life after being diagnosed with anything.
Hmm.
There is life. Life is there. We have to accept that and always look towards it. Even though
Yes.
something might be happening with you now, just remember if you take a positive outlook on it,
Mm.
eventually it's going to go away. Rain doesn't fall all the time, right? It
Mm,
stops.
true.
Then you get a rainbow
Yeah.
when the sun comes out, right? So always think
Yeah.
of life as something where, okay, yes, I'm going through this storm now, and I'm not making your storm light at all because going through
Mhm.
cancer is not something anybody wants to go through. Going through
Right.
chemotherapy is not something anybody wants to go through, but it's something that
Right.
it might be necessary based on the type of recovery you're doing. What I'm
Mhm.
saying is, remember there is life after. Always think there's always hope for a
Right.
difference. And we want to celebrate you. I think this is a wonderful opportunity to be celebrated and look at where you come from and look back
Mhm.
at, it happened, but now I'm here. Look at it as
Yes.
something really positive and enjoy being honored. Those
Yes.
who are family and friends, come out and honor your family.
Amen.
Come out
Yes.
and enjoy this get together and be there to support each other. Just
Yes.
remember there is always life after darkness.
I love that. I love that. I don't even think I can add anything else to that. I really appreciate you so much for coming
Yes,
on, Michelle. Thank you so much
no
for your
problem.
contribution, for your support for this gala. Um, I know that. everything that you do is a has a strong connection to how we live our lives to avoid a lot of diseases and things out there. So I really encourage our audience to check out, Michelle.
Hmm.
Michelle, please tell us your website real quickly or how people can contact you.
Yes. So my website is fxwb dot passion dot io.
Right.
And if you can't remember all of that, just go on Google or Apple Store, and I have an app, and it's FXWB, as you can see behind me. It's FXWB. Just head on to Apple or Google Store, and you will be able to download. You see, look for that butterfly. You download the app
Yeah.
and log in. Once you log in, things like this you're going to see on there because
Mhm.
it's all about enhancing your well-being through different ways. This is
Right.
one by celebrating with others.
Yes,
So
I
yes.
love that. So, if you've enjoyed this and you want to learn more about the gala and how you can be a part of it, join us again tomorrow. We're going to be live with some of our other sponsors. I'm also very excited because we have Dory, who is the executive director at Pink Ribbon. She's going to be joining us live. You are going to hear from her live how
Okay.
tickets, the sponsorship, the support, the auction items, the time, volunteering, everything is going to really, really help them be able to provide more services for cancer survivors here in Indiana locally. I think that's the one thing that gets me all the time. Like we can see the impact here, right here in our
Yes.
backyard, like right,
Right.
so yes. So thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure you share, make sure you invite your friends. Yes, let's come on and just come support. That's so, 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 so important. Like if you're not doing anything on that day, if you have no plan, if you don't have any plans, please come join us. Bring your friends, bring your family, and just come. Being in the room is makes a big difference. Makes a
Remind
big
them of the day. Remind them
yeah,
which
March
day.
15th. Thank you so much. It's on March
Yeah.
15th. It's at
Yeah.
6 p.m. at 502 Event Center. So it's a huge event center in Carmel, and there's plenty of parking. Because if you know me, I don't like downtown only because parking is hard.
Right.
Always looking for parking. I'm like, no, we are not doing that. We are going to find parking. It's going to be easy, accessible. And
Yes.
so that's one of the reasons why we're doing it at the 502 Event Center in Carmel. It's on March 15 at 6
Yes.
p.m. So come join us and, marry, support, and let's do this together. Thank you
Yes.
again for
Yes.
your time and see you.
Yeah. God bless you guys. See you
God
soon.
bless
March
you. Yes.
15th.
Yes,
Take
March
care.
15.